Welcome into Sports with Balls, guys. Been a minute. Happy freaking New Year. New year, new show, same me. Let's get it. Season number 1. Or show number 1. Season 4 or 5. I think this is season 4 of Sports with Balls podcast. But appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls. As you've noticed on the bottom, brought to you by Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill, and every single sports event that we talk about today will be on one of their 40 plus TVs in 4 or 5 area locations. Go to christianstailgate.com, find one near you. Get there. This weekend will be packed. Next weekend will be packed. It is they got something going on every single day. Go to christianstailgate.com. Incredible food. Award-winning hamburgers, actually. So get over there, get to it. Also, got in trouble over the weekend or last couple of weekends, New Year's Eve, Christmas holidays. We get it. Call Mark Thiessen at 713-864-9000 or thetexastrialattorney.com. He will hook you up. Tell him Sports with Balls send you. Also, my boy, with the weather going on lately, go to Butler CCS Incorporated. If you've got broken pipes, if you had a fire, mold, roofing problems, West Butler at Butler CCS Incorporated. Man, what a last couple of weeks it has been. Happy New Year to every single one of y'all tuning in, whether you're tuning in live, whether you're listening to the podcast version. I do appreciate it. Going to be a hell of a year, guys. Going to be a hell of a year. Thank you, guys. Let's make this one the best one yet. I hope it's badass for you and your family. Happy freaking New Year's. And we'll start the show off like we do all shows, doing the holidays. What is the national holiday of today? It is January the 6th, Monday, the first Monday of the year. It is Three Kings Day, Apple Tree Day, Armenian Christmas. What else we got here? Dry Bean Day. Whatever. National Davis Day, if your name's Davis. National Cuddle Day. Yeah, gotcha. National Bean Day, like I said. National Smith Day. This one was awkward. A day dedicated to all the Smiths and celebrated by all the Smith lovers. This means Will Smith and his wife. That is an awkward situation over there. So, National Samantha Day, if your name's Samantha. And National Take a Poet to Lunch Day, if you know a poet. National Take Your Christmas Tree Down. Got to do that this evening. And thank God it's Monday Day. So, there you go. The birthdays, man. Joan of Arc's birthday today. That's a pretty cool one. Other than that, nothing to write home about, but there you go. There's your national holidays today. All right, guys, welcome to Sports with Balls. Jeff Michael here. I was going to go on this morning, had to go to the gym early. It is freezing outside. This is in Houston, and it was 30 degrees this morning. Down here, that's freaking cold. That is really, really cold. So hope you guys are warm. I hope your first day back to work is delightful. So anyways, all right, let's get to the let's see the headlines today, because there's some good ones. We're going to get into the Tyreek Hill situation in a minute, but the Jaguars have fired head coach Mr. Peterson. I think during the middle of the season we saw this coming, but why would you do that? Go ahead and leave him in there. Doug Peterson went 4-13 this season. The Jaguars just not firing on any cylinders. The Jaguars look terrible. I don't know if this is a Trevor Lawrence issue. I don't know if it's an offensive coordinator issue. I don't know if it's a head coach issue. But it may be all three. I don't know. I don't know if this is an owner issue. Could be all four of those things. The Jaguars look like an organization that's going in the wrong direction. And with the picks they've had and the quarterback they have, they should at least be a 500 team. They are not. So good luck to the Jaguars. I hope that they can figure this out. The Houston Texans have it way too easy right now in that division. It is way too easy. The Colts are not that good. The Jaguars are not that good. And we saw what the Tennessee Titans did. Now, by the way, Tennessee Titans having the #1 draft pick now because of an absolute disaster situation with the New England Patriots. I I don't even know what to think about that. I have no idea what was going on in New England, why they thought it was a great idea to blow that game, but they did. And they fired their coach, Jared Mayo, after one season. Lots of people thought that this is a bad decision, given that he had one season under his belt. You look at Jimmy Johnson and the Cowboys. We saw Gronk go nuts on TV. Well, he was about to, and then they cut him off. But Jimmy Johnson was, 1-15 after his first year with the Cowboys, 1-14, however many games there was back then. And he ended up winning 2 Super Bowls. So Robert Kraft firing Jared Mayo, good, bad decision? I don't know. Maybe it's because they've got a coach in the waiting. And there's a couple of them. There's a couple of good coaches in the carousel. We have this every season. We know there's 6 or 7 jobs coming up. At least at bare minimum 5 head coaching jobs coming every single year. So it looks like, I think Mike Vrabel, obviously, is he the leading contender for the Patriots? Probably. We've got another situation. Rex Ryan, also New York Jets. I don't know. Okay, so we've already gone over the Patriots. They fired their head coach. Now we got the Jaguars and their head coach. That's 2. The Jets, here we go. That's 3. And this situation with the Jets is unbelievable. Rex Ryan says he's convinced that the Jets will hire him. I don't know who wants to put up with Aaron Rodgers. He's got 1 season left. Now, I thought that Aaron Rodgers' season was over after this last game. He put up some great numbers right off into the sunset. I get it, losing record, but I don't think the Jets are close to a Super Bowl team. That's going to take them a few years. I don't think they turn around that big, even though they've got, on paper, the talent looks fantastic in New York. But, man, Rex Ryan going to the Jets, I don't know. And you got to deal with the Aaron Rodgers situation, the drama that's with him. What is Aaron Rodgers going to do over the course of the offseason? You know something wild's coming. You know he's going to go do the ayahuasca thing. He's going to go to some weird country. Netflix was following him. If you watch that documentary, you know this guy is not all there upstairs, or maybe he's way too much all there upstairs. I don't know, depending on how you look at mushrooms and ayahuasca and that kind of stuff. But Rex Ryan's comment is, the reason I think I'm going to get it is because I'm the best guy for it. It ain't close. The thing you have to do is you have to connect with your football team. You have to connect with your fan base. The way they played, that's the most important thing. It's not just X's and O's, all that. This Ben Johnson, I love him. I absolutely love him. But I'm better candidate for the job than he would be. This is Rex Ryan talking about the Jets head coaching job. He thinks he's already the Jets head coach. Team has already interviewed former Titans coach Mike Vrabel, Washington Commanders and Carolina Panthers coach Ron Rivera. They submitted interview requests for at least 4 offensive coordinators: Arthur Smith, Bobby Slowick from Houston. The Jets are going to get come on, buddy. Joe Brady from the Buffalo Bills. That's a good candidate, offensive coordinator. And Matt Nagy, Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator. The Jets are also expecting to submit requests for at least 3 different defensive coordinators: Aaron Glenn, Brian Flores, and Vance Joseph. I mean, the coaching thing in New York, oh, wow. And who would want that job? You know what? Rex Ryan might be right. You can have it, bro. You can have it. Good luck. Good freaking luck. Rex Ryan to the New York Jets as the head coach. I don't know. All right, so Jared Mayo's out in New England. Jaguars need a head coach. Jets need a head coach. I mean, this is going to get worse before it gets better. We all know this. Where are we at? Oh, other highlights. The initial tests show that Packers wide receiver Christian Watson has a torn ACL. We all saw that. And whenever you have a non-contact injury and the player just goes down when he's 2 or 3 steps away from everybody else and starts grabbing his knee, it's never good. Packers need him. The Packers, I think, with Watson could have made a decent run in the playoffs. I don't believe so now. This is the equivalent of Tank Dell or Nico Collins for the Houston Texans going down. Massive weapon. I mean, massive weapon. I don't think that they're going to be able to sustain any playoff run without Christian Watson. The Seahawks have fired their offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, after one season, which is weird. Thought Seahawks did pretty well, all things considered. And let's see. The Browns lost their, let's see. Oh, this is breaking. I did not know this. The Browns have Deshaun Watson has a setback in rehabbing his Achilles. All right, stop the jokes. He suffered a setback in his rehab from his Achilles tendon, from his torn Achilles tendon that will extend his recovery process. Now, we already heard earlier about 2-3 weeks ago that Deshaun Watson, I guess, changed his contract so they can have more cap room. So this is actually a big blow to them. He's 29 years old. The last few seasons that Watson has played have been abysmal. The only other contract the only other quarterback under contract for the 2025 season for the Browns is fifth round pick Doran Thompson-Robinson, who struggled aimlessly. Jameis Winston started 7 games before being benched. He's an unrestricted free agent. Bailey Zappi, who became the 40th quarterback to start with the Browns since 1999. I'm sorry. 40 quarterbacks. That's almost two quarterbacks a season. No, it's more than that. That's unbelievable. That's unfreaking believable. Bailey Zappi became the 40th quarterback to start for the Browns since the franchise returned to Cleveland in 1999. Wow. If you think your franchise has issues, go talk to Brown fan. Go talk to Cleveland Brown fan. That is unreal. Unbelievable. Where are we at? The Giants. Another headline for the coaching positions. The Giants decided to keep GM Joe Schoen and head coach Brian Daboll after a 3-14 season. I don't know what this means. I don't know what they're trying to do. But here we are. Is Brian Daboll a good coach? Is he a good coach or not? What pick? Are the Giants the second pick now in the draft? Let's see. Titans, Browns, they're the third pick. Giants. If you're the Titans, you have the number 1 pick. Are you sticking with Will Levis as your quarterback, or is it a lock that you're taking Shedeur Sanders or a quarterback, regardless? I don't know. If I'm running the Titans, I'm drafting a quarterback or 2. I don't think Will Levis is the future. He had some great, I say great. He had some flashes of brilliance last season. Couple of times this season he did all right, but is he long-term quarterback? No. Is he a career backup? Maybe a journeyman? Yeah, sure. He's got excitement. He's like a Marcus Mariota type, run around, throw the ball. But he just doesn't look like he can handle the NFL that well as far as a franchise quarterback. So I think that Tennessee will try to draft Shedeur Sanders. Now, here's the key. If Tennessee tries to go after Shedeur Sanders, is Deion going to block that move? Because as far as we've seen, there's only 2 destinations that Deion wants his son to go to. That is New York and Las Vegas. New York has the 3rd pick. Are they going to try to trade up to get Shedeur at number 1? Can the Tennessee Titans afford to do that? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Deion does, because if Tennessee Titans want Shedeur Sanders, I think Deion blocks that. I really do. I don't think he wants his son going there. I think we all see he's made it abundantly clear where he wants to go. The Raiders are the 6th pick. So can he hold off till then? I don't know. We'll see. But Daboll is going to keep his job, and now he has the 3rd pick. Woo. A lot of stuff going into the end of the regular season in the NFL. Speaking of the end of the regular season, let's go to the playoffs. Wild card weekend. The Chargers now head to Houston. They're negative 3-point favorites. Chargers is one of the best defenses in the NFL. This is going to be a rough. What do you get? 2.5 points for being at home. So I believe that the Vegas believes that the Chargers are going to win by 5.5 points. I agree. Tank Dell is out for the foreseeable future. I don't even know if he'll be back for the Texans for next year. We'll get into the Tyreek Hill situation here in a minute. I know. That thing's wicked. But the Texans are a team that's in the picture for Tyreek, but we'll see what happens. But that's down the road. The Chargers and the Titans go at it 3:30 this coming Saturday in Houston. And the Chargers are 11-6, Texans 10-5. Here's my thing with Houston. They don't have a quality win this entire season. Maybe the Buffalo game, but Buffalo had a lot of injuries in that game. So I don't see how the Texans if Joe Mixon goes off, then the Texans have a chance, right? Because it's just Nico Collins now, really, that is the main threat for the Houston Texans. But the Chargers defense is phenomenal. If they lock down Joe Mixon, C.J. Stroud has had a terrible season, all things considered. He was supposed to be top 5 quarterback. He is not even close. Lad McConkey for the Chargers has just been going off. I just see the Chargers dominating this game. And if you've ever been to a Houston Texans game in Houston, it's favorable for the opposing team. And Houston just doesn't have a real good quality win this year. Now, can Houston get over the hump and maybe win? Sure. But who lies in the wait? There are so many teams in that conference that are in the AFC that are just phenomenal. The Ravens being one of them, who will play at home. Looks like it's going to be freezing, under 30 degrees. Steelers, no problem. But the Steelers at the Ravens. Baltimore -10. Wow. For a playoff game. Steelers are 10-7. I get it. The last 4 games, Steelers have been terrible. Absolutely terrible. Russell Wilson, when he first came over, or when he first took over the game, went on a massive win streak. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He won 7 of his first 8 games, or 6 of his first 7. But they have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a row now. They've lost 4 games in a row. Now, all things considered, these were the Eagles, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bengals. Those are 4 incredible teams. But 3 of those games weren't even close. Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs blew the Steelers out. The Ravens won this game in Baltimore 34-17 last time they played. Russell Wilson was the quarterback. This was 3 weeks ago. Do I see much changing? Probably not. Ravens look like a team on a mission. They look to make it at least to the AFC Championship game. That is a good football team. Pittsburgh's a good football team. They're just not great. We'll see what happens. Can Pittsburgh travel to Baltimore and beat the Ravens? Oh, man. I don't know. That's on Saturday at 7 p.m. Sunday, you've got 3 more football games. This weekend will be fantastic. I haven't even gotten to the college. Let's go over these Sunday games. Broncos at the Bills. Bills -8.5. This is in Buffalo. It's going to be freezing. Outdoor stadium. A lot of these games have weather involved. Ravens, Bills, Eagles. These are going to be interesting football games. The Broncos are used to playing in the cold. They're 10-7, 4-5 on the road. Bills 13-4, 8-0 at home. Good. The Denver's playing with house money. They are playing with house money. They're in the playoffs. You didn't expect to get there. Bo Nix having an incredible season. 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, almost 4,000 passing yards. Just a great season for a quarterback that everybody wrote off after the first 3 games. That being said, I think Buffalo covers. Buffalo is good. They're really good. Josh Allen looking to become his first MVP award. I don't know who's going to get it, Allen or Jackson. Both are deserving. My pick would be Jackson. I get it. He's won it twice already. If I'm Lamar, I don't want it. I want the Super Bowl. So Josh Allen looking to become first-time MVP. Incredible numbers. But Bo Nix Broncos playing with house money. They did a great job. Nobody expects them to win. If they win, great. If not, no big deal. Packers got great news on Jordan Love today. Looks like he may be okay to give it a go. 3:30 on Sunday. They'll be in Philadelphia taking on a very quiet Philadelphia Eagles team who's really good. That being said, Jalen Hurts, as of Monday, today, is still in concussion protocol. That's huge. That is huge. You got to keep an eye on that all week. I'm sure I'll have another show before Friday, so I will keep you updated on that, and I'm sure your phones will too. Jalen Hurts still under concussion protocol as of today, so we'll see what happens there. Philadelphia's favored -4.5. That's about right. Packers got a good defense. If they play, this could be a close game. Could be a close game. Jalen Hurts, that number actually suggests to me right now that Jalen Hurts is not playing. I think it'd be over 7 if he was. Commanders at Buccaneers. And the reason I say that is because the Packers have lost Christian Watson for the year and possibly the first few games of next year. But they don't have Christian Watson. That's going to be interesting. That's why I think Vegas has this at -4.5. The Packers lose a huge weapon and Jalen Hurts plays. This is an 8-point favorite game, I believe. So we got to keep an eye on Jalen Hurts throughout the week and see if he gets out of concussion protocol. Sunday night, Commanders at the Buccaneers. No better story in football than Baker Mayfield. No better rookie story in football than Mr. Daniels. Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. So 2 incredible quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield has 4,500 passing yards and 41 touchdowns and 16 picks. Damn. My goodness. That dude has found a home. He deserves his money. I love what they did to Mike Evans and getting him that $3 million at the end of the game on Sunday. That was fantastic. And the Buccaneers, I think this is a surprise team. I think they may win this game. In fact, they're favored by 3 points. I get it. Jaden Daniels Commanders is a good team. They've got incredible running backs, and they've got a good wide receiving core. Terry McLaurin's awesome. But, man, the Bucs are if their defense plays well, they'll win this game. That's the problem. Their defense looked shoddy this past Sunday. But if they can get it together, Buccaneers move on. They got a sneaky chance to make some noise in the playoffs. Now, Monday night, we all saw the Vikings and Lions. Incredible game by the Lions last night, but sets up for a Rams-Vikings game. This is my pick for this sounds absolutely strange. Watch out for the Rams. Watch out for the Rams. Sam Darnold's had an incredible season, 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 picks. Watch out for the Rams. They've been there. They're a veteran team. They're healthy. I just have a feeling Sam Darnold, he hasn't really been in this situation before. This could be a big deal. This game, Vikings are 14-3, and this game is played in LA where the Rams are 10-7. That's wild to me. I think that's completely unfair, by the way. But the Rams, oh, dude, I just watch out, Minnesota. You know, this game is only Minnesota -1.5. Vegas agrees with me. Here's the Rams last 8 games? Win, loss, win, and then a loss to the Seahawks. They beat the Patriots, easy, Saints, easy. Bills, 49ers, Jets, Cardinals. Now, these are all low-scoring games, but the Rams defense is good, man. I'm telling you, the Rams could make some noise. Watch out for Matt Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. They could put together a nice run. This shocks some NFL people if they get into the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying they are. I'm saying it would be a shocker. All right, Tyreek Hill situation. He wants out of Miami. In an unbelievably rude interview, My take on this is I saw some people post they certain franchises would take him. A lot of people here in Houston want him to become a Houston Texan. I think Tyreek's a little bit past his prime at this moment, maybe a little injury prone too. He only had 1 or 2 100-yard games this year. He is a drama king, not a huge locker room guy. He got arrested now. Granted, maybe it wasn't his fault getting arrested in Miami, but bad things happen to people for bad mojo. I believe in energy. And for him to put that out there like that was rude to the franchise. And I don't want a guy like that on my team. Tyreek Hill, it just seems like he seems like a problem. He seems like a bad problem. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Tyreek Hill off the field. And he's been digressing on the field. So why would I want him on my team? Why? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but again, he makes a spectacle of stuff, almost like an Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, if you go to Tyreek Hill's Twitter, he posted a picture of Antonio Brown running off the field, but into Miami. Ugh, Tyreek. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's exactly the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I don't want it in my franchise, especially with a player on the downslide. Bad stuff. Bad stuff coming out of him. There's some other stuff happening this weekend, and that is the college football playoffs, man. Oh, my word. This is going to be a freaking blast. Absolute blast. By the way, was Texas supposed to get a should Texas have been flagged? Well, they were flagged, and then they took it back for targeting. That's iffy. That was an iffy call. But Thursday, this Thursday, January 9th, at 6:30 p.m. at Penn State. Well, I'm sorry, in Miami. Penn State is the home team, but it's in Miami. Notre Dame at Penn State. Number 7 versus number 6. Notre Dame is favored by 2.5 points. Listen. Say what you want about the College Football Playoff Committee. They got it right. Notre Dame and Penn State, Ohio State, Texas, all 4 deserving. They've played incredible football. This is fantastic college football. For the first year in the playoffs, this is great. They did it. They got it right. They got it completely right. Now, we can go to the depths of NIL, transfer portal, blah, blah, blah. We can do all that. What I'm saying is 4 football teams playing great football are in the finals. I absolutely love it. I love Notre Dame at Penn State on Thursday, and I love Ohio State and Texas on Friday. By the way, that game on Friday, Ohio State at Texas, is played in Arlington, which is in Dallas, which is about 3 hours from Austin. Should be a home game for Texas, but Ohio State does travel well. The Notre Dame-Penn State game in Miami be half and half. I'm excited. Dude, both these games, both of them. Notre Dame's favored 2.5. Ohio State favored over Texas by 6 because they put on an incredible performance last week. I love it. And then January 20th will be the national championship in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm sorry, in Atlanta, Georgia at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. College football got it right, guys. I cannot wait for these games. Thank a couple of people before we get out of here. Number 1, Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. I mentioned them at the top of the show. All this stuff I talked about, NFL, college football, get to Christian's Tailgate. Go find one. There's 5 Houston area locations. Go to christianstailgate.com. Go enjoy food, drink specials, everything. And if you get in trouble, you get in an accident, don't drink and drive. But if you do, call Mark Thiessen at 713-864-9000. Go to thetexastrialattorney.com. That is the Thiessen Law Firm. Bad weather, got your house messed up, fire, water, mold, roofing, call Wes Butler at Butler CCS Incorporated. Go look him up right here on social media. That's Butler CCS Incorporated. Give him a call. He will take care of all of your needs. Guys, thank you for joining the show on the first of many coming in 2025. Happy New Year. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls. I'm out of here.